Okay. All right. I like the way you've painted that picture here. And we know what to expect from TeamOne. Yesterday, well, that was quite the showing. It was a heartbreaking loss that they had against the Gambinos.
I'm not even baiting. It was 10 HP, 1v1, determining whether it was OT or regulation finish. Yeah. And it was a regulation finish.
They had some good rounds. They were winning with pistols. Guys, just before we kick this one off, we want to get all the technical heebie-jeebies out of the way. So Gary's mic.
And the GBs.
Everyone's favorite. Now, we're going to be playing some fun little games today with you at home. So if you're following and you have the social medias, in map number 1, Alex and I are going to be mentioning different fruits and vegetables within the cast. If you can keep a tally of how many, let us know.
And vegetables.
Let us know how many you hear.
And then we'll, I mean, we can even take suggestions for future topics. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Keep the vocab fresh, just like a fresh tomato.
Okay.
1.4 for the FURIA boys on the 1x bet odds. Okay, that was on the nose. It won't all be that way. Now we have an A take. In fact, they're actually in. Playing retake, we do have action on USBs in CT. They haven't broken the divider. This could be interesting. Art's playing in the window itself, and that's not gone well for him. Nice find from XNS. Looking like FURIA are out of this one. Long-range fight, the P250 well attuned for it. A great tap out of K. Serato keeps things relatively interesting, but yeah, Naluki looking set for success there, and it's the A take. Yuurih's USB is tested, and oh, they go for the knife in the pistol, starting as they mean to go on. Pesadeo with an extra 1,500 to splash.
Making an interesting way to kick this one off. The knife's coming out early here now. If you're paying attention, yesterday, obviously in the Entropic versus FURIA game, Gary got 2 knife kills. He thought, why the hell not? I'm in the server. I'm having a bit of a play around. It looks fun when I see the kids doing it. I'm going to give it a crack.
I loved, honestly, I mean, just the story for him. On an individual basis, I'm not going to over-romanticize it, but on an individual basis, being asked, called upon in their dire need and delivering, you know, playing with the boys that you've been motivated and standing behind. I'm sure it does a lot for his unity and for the respect he has within the unit as well. But it is also dire straits. I mean, make no mistake, it is still a complete stand-in. This is not a NATO suffix, this is a coach, Chad.
Yeah, so it kind of puts a bit of a dampener here on what we can expect from FURIA within this group stage.
Complexity did it. They did it with a new player and a stand-in, a bit different details. PRT. Oh, he's been Zeused. Okay.
Cancel. Get on out of there.
Yeah,
Take that bomb away if you can.
I think we've got a bit of a fruity game on our hands here, Chaddy. Oh no, Dinks and a missed spray. XNS is getting a bit awkward here.
Maluki, thank God he's rotating right now because the stack on the B bomb site stood strong from FURIA.
With a Zeus.
Yeah, Malbs and Pasadeo are going to be able to lock down the...
No.
They can't lock down the rotations, so now...
They're kind of actually screwed.
Yeah.
Use this next 20 seconds wisely, boys. And Pesadeo he's going for a flank. He should have a favorable duel. If he finds K. Serato, which he has, problem starting to be relaxed. And now it all comes to a nice and predictable end. My God, what a recovery. VINI can still destabilize. It's about the plant. Looks like it's a safe one from Maluki.
He may as well go for this, though, right? That was a really conservative round there from FURIA. I know having the Galil forward in the next would be great. Spotted now, chipped away at, and I think the 2 HP is probably more than enough to send him packing. But almost slipping on the banana peel there, TeamOne.
Whoa, yeah, Art was ready for the first out of the window. XNS struggling to finish his meal with the Galil. And it does result in a very close affair. I mean, TeamOne, considering what FURIA invested into this one, do feel a little hard done by, I'm sure. And it's only going to kind of close the gap between FURIA and TeamOne financially.
Yeah, I think here... TeamOne are my favorites in this matchup, and that actually says a lot about other bits and bobs within the group, because if you think about the Entropic FURIA match that we were just citing, it was close, and I don't think it should have been. And Entropic, I agree with Yanko, are like the dark horse of this group who have the potential to steal away a playoff spot from the likes of either Liquid or NIP. And then after the Liquid NIP game last night, it's looking a whole lot more like NIP aren't here to play. Yeah,
I mean, the second game today, we had to get to see if NIP can just prove that that was a bit of a flash in the pan. But they did look like they were limping. Entropic have proven that they perhaps need to... They're a bit rough around the edges. Like a lychee. Art onto XNS, and Malbs is just not letting go of W. You don't get any more. Stop now, come on. Don't be silly.
Lots of pressure here on VINI.
Yeah, and they're coming in apps as well. VINI's calling for backup. Art in the windows, was in the windows. Pesadeo's eliminated him, leaving just that VINI Galil. Okay, Serato, a good contribution. He's up, looking for that little gap over the smoke. It's fading shortly. if they go for the plant before it fades, I'm going to be a little disappointed. They are clearing it. Due diligence. VINI's quick. Trade is there. And Maluki's just about now arriving on the scene. They've got so much time here, Chad. What's the go sign?
PRT has a smoke and that molly now. They can use this U2 before they try and get the bomb down. There's no rush. Just make sure that nobody's out up close and personal. And, well, the molly fades. They're pushing in very quick here.
Yeah, and it falls all onto PRT and his AK-47. 2 clicks is all that's required. They do have to be precise, and they're staying together. It's going to be very hard to isolate. Jules, he's doing it, though. First found already. Dancing around the site. It's yuurih that comes up. Trump in the head-to-head. Close, but no cigar. FURIA take 1.
Yeah, had a real crack at that one. And that was obviously the early buy from FURIA. VINI holding on to that Galil, making it a little bit more potent there, but first on the board here. Now their money with the win bonus is not going to be fantabulous. Quesarado has quite the decent chunk. Could drop an AWP across the Ard and get himself a rifle, but that's going to mean no util for him.
A couple of tough deaths for XNS early here as well for TeamOne. He's beaten, battered, and bruised. Really did well from PRT. The fact that they were staying so close together, you'd expect him to be untradeable, but he isolates the duel, and you can see Gary's happy with that. FURIA posting 1 early.
I don't know if everybody at home during that death segment before it came to us live, Gary's got his webcam on a paper towel roll. So everyone doing it a bit different out there.
He's somewhat of a MacGyver.
Yeah, and we've all had to find the odd location or two for our webcam in the past. Yeah, sometimes the top of the monitor just doesn't cut the mustard.
No, and for all that camming, Chad, you need to find the better angles, right?
Exactly. It's all about the angles. That's not a bad one there from Art. So he's gone 1 for 1.
Yeah. Quesarado has not really been rumbled. He has been tagged.
They're peppered here.
They're very vulnerable to these 2 AKs from Maluki and PRT, and Armored Deagle's behind them. They are threatening. Quesarado, another chunk taken out of him. So A-site supremacy kind of won out. They've got control of the site. They don't know it yet, but CTs have kind of receded. yuurih's smoked off CT. VINI's just staring at a wall in jungle. But they want to cut noise. They want to pause, and it has...
Oh, this is going to level the playing field, right? While that smoke was up, if they could have fortified some positions in the site, they may have had something going their way here, TeamOne. But now when the smokes start to fade, it becomes about the aim duels. And there's so many crossfires to worry about here. VINI towards jungle, yuurih towards ticket. They can clamp on down. Gary can, well, try and help contribute. They've given Quesarado the shotgun and sent him over to the doldrums of the B site.
That's actually really wise. It means they're just as potent on A as they initially were.
What are TeamOne doing here? I feel they have to, well, they have to go now.
Smokes,
there's only 25 seconds.
But they've got the duel they wanted. VINI's gone. Gary in the jungle, and oh yeah, deterred by a couple of stray bullets. They do want to clear out yuurih, and using Malbs' low HP as a scout, they should be able to find it. PRT delivers 12 seconds as the bomb goes in. No hope to deny. Gary has a very aggressive look, an aggressive stance as well. He's ready for 2 duels here. Oh, and too many. Bit overwhelmed. Quesarado does not have the HP to voice a concern, and TeamOne have bought straight back into the winning ways, 3 for the Brazilians.
Yeah, and a big one to do it on, because the economy there for FURIA obviously back and forth within these early stages here. So just brute force onto the A site, then patience, showing how much you can profit here in modern-day Counter-Strike. A couple of nice shots as well, and away you go.
Malbs on his Deeg, which we've been told to stay alert for, be ready for. He delivers 2 on it this time.
I don't know if you were on the Reddit this morning at all, but there was a Julie's ace from the newest addition to Endpoint, Boros.
A Julie's ace?
Yeah, he had a bit of a Julie's ace.
So we've got a 3rd play to add to our Julie's list.
And it was on Inferno. So I think most of them on Inferno or Nuke. So look, there's one. It's nice. It's great to see people still trying. You know, keep buying the Julies, guys. Keep doing it. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's community.
Yeah. Maybe you should all buy Julies. Everybody in the server. On the pistol round, let's have everybody on them. And then...
Yeah. And equip the revolver.
Yes, as well.
Try that out.
Yep.
It's ladder accuracy. You know, JW was telling us all about it. So the hero org, not known to be particularly influential.
In Quesarado's hands, I'd give it a crack here. He's been looking quite good for FURIA.
Oh, okay. Well,
so he's going to need all 5.
I'll settle for 4.
4?
4.
Okay.
But they definitely won't be pre-aiming this first. And oh, VINI's having a bit of a nightmare, a bit of a distraction at least. And it's enabled yuurih's Deeg to strike. They're not going to be ready for this. Starting to get a bit messy.
Again? Pistol seems to be a real problem here for TeamOne out the gates early.
A question of too much respect, not enough.
Yeah, look, that first kill, they did really get glued in on Vini's position there. It got them the opening. Yuurih's shot through the smoke is an interesting one. And, well, KSCERATO's, as soon as that comes in, almost feels like it was always destined to play out.
You can see they've reshaped into a 2-1 division of their resources. Gary's getting a lot of info here on the B-Abs push, so the CTs will start to float back. They're up ramp, a single jump from yuurih would give him the info, but he's been very passive about this. He's just looking stairs and palace, and now, they give him the info for free. Bit of util, trajectory's there. Pesadeo to deal with this rotate. He wants to contribute as best he can.
Oh.
Yeah, he's safe.
Just.
That bomb is going down. They've got Gary on the late flank from ramp, and this does look very threatening for Team1. They need to bail themselves out of trouble. They need someone to deliver a multi-kill before they just get overwhelmed. There is no kit, so time is their best friend, and that's the low HP of PRT. Good for one. Pesadeo as well. And chances for FURIA dwindle. They have to hurry up now. We need another KSCERATO frag in the next 2 seconds, and XNS not interested. Team1 recover again, but my God, could they just stop getting the palms so sweaty up against USPs?
Yeah, it did feel like they were just sitting on the site like a bit of plums, weren't they? But with Pesadeo over towards that window room, he's able to alleviate that pressure. He's the safety net in this situation as well. Yeah, so one of those. Get one of those a game, I think, yuurih. So he's already had his early. But at this point, right, XNS must hit frags, and away we go. A 4th round now for Team1. And the guns are back out here for FURIA. Aggressive maneuver here from Art, playing around the smoke. Gonna get caught in no man's land. XNS with an opener, but the trade from VINI, he's aggressive and he wants some more. Better of hanging around here, but look at yuurih now. He's found himself in the shoes of Art. They're still just fighting.
What's going on here? It's a deathmatch in middle. Nades onto the nose, PRT low, and finished off nicely. VINI, double, make it triple, excuse me.
I guess that's the thing. If you want to go and take those aggressive mid-fights with no pressure through the underpass, you're just going to be taking duels, and that's 4 for VINI in the round. Give him the ace. Let him have it. He's feeling hungry here. Yeah,
this is a solid submission for the Org Club as well. And he's hunting for you. Crosshair was in the right place. Pesadeo just a little sharper on the AK. But he doesn't have the bomb, and they know exactly where he is. So no fun to be had here.
How many do you think he's going to get?
Okay. Well, with the fact that the entire squad are looking for you, and they have the bomb at the top of middle, he's picked up a smoke. I reckon he gets 1.
This is such a hard little crossfire to break. They know exactly where he's coming from. That smoke helps a lot.
It really does. And, I mean, if he could just try and isolate the person boosted over, chances are he'll be ready for it. Oh, too much for him to handle. And Gary's first frag as well. Will they get the... Didn't have his go-go gadget arms equipped.
You watched any Go-Go Gadget lately?
Not lately, but I did watch not the cartoon, but the original movie. I say original movies. I mean, I
Is this the one with Steve?
What's his face?
Is it Steve?
You know, he's got toothpaste coming out of his arms.
Carell?
Oh, Steve Carell was never Inspector Gadget.
Wasn't he? Who was he?
I don't know. I remember the villain had like a white cat and a robotic arm. Wow, that's a weird little memory I've just dug out of the archives.
I do remember the cat. He'd always have him on his lap. But you never saw his face though, did you?
Inspector.
Okay, well, it is going to be another one of these forcey buy situations here from Team1. The AWP in the hands of Maluki for one more ride. Deagles for 3 and a Galil for 1. A Pesadeo nade in. Little chunk of damage.
Roderick.
Ah, okay.
1999.
Really going back.
XNS. Damage, KSCERATO returns, and well, that was only the Deagle, so the rifle's committing here, and it's still competitive. There is an AWP in play. Maluki yet to put it in the feed. He's peeking around that palace position. KSCERATO, though, playing with the smokes. PRT good for the Deag. He outranges them. That was up against an M4. PRT's found a lot of impact early.
And they're just parking the bus again. They're just parking the bus. You know, it's half time. Everyone's having their oranges, drinking their water, chilling on out. And they just want FURIA to make the next move. At one point here, FURIA have to start second-guessing. Is it back towards the B-bomb site? Or do they just play the gamble? Maluki with the AWP, spots 1. He's tagged, gets nothing for his troubles. And now it's Gary's chance with the FAMAS. This is looking good for FURIA.
Yeah, shaped up nicely. Gary's contributed a crucial frag. 28, PRT considering his...
How are they going to plan?
Planting responsibility. Yeah, good timing on the flash as he pushes through. They're looking the wrong way, and a good collection. FURIA lock down that A defense. I don't think Team1 are going to try that cut noise two-stage A take again.
Yeah, maybe actually fall back to B next time. You never know. They've done it twice now. And because that was the all-in force buy right there, funds have been depleted. TeamOne will have to take a bit of a save.
Okay, so despite the great start from TeamOne, we should be seeing it balance back out now with FURIA's fourth.
Yeah, just a flashbang and a couple of P250. So you don't expect this one to fall apart, but it looking like the B explode. Maluki is top mid, and he is the man with the plan. So the flashbang has determined exactly where they're going to try and finish. Through the underpass, below the window, a flash towards connector. Won't net them any profit here. You can see yuurih playing towards the window room right now. We also have VINI very passive on short, Serato over towards the balcony position, and Art playing from spawn. So they're not going to get any close fights here, and that nade is perfect. Dear. Oh, Lord. Just straight on PRT. See you later.
And yuurih just gets to have a couple of extra freebies thrown into his jaws. That's 8 now total for yuurih. And in fact, I think a 9th is on the
ace.
Go on.
There it is. Oh, Art.
He stole it.
Art.
We talked about this.
He put his crosshair on him.
It looked like he killed him.
Damn, that's 2 aces that have gone shy
Denied. He was so close. He was running for it, like just running, gunning for the 5, and only gets 4.
Like, at least he did. Yeah, that's the one.
Robbery.
That's the one. Should have been his. At least he didn't celebrate like he got an ace. Would have had a bit of egg on his face there. Oh, damn, that's not a fruit, or a
vegetable.
Damn.
It's a food product. I think that would be a bit vague of a category, though.
Yeah, maybe someone will come in and say, look, lactose only.
Lactose exclusively. Serato certainly would feel like a froob if he went down here on the jiggle. Yeah, it's supposed to be a safe way to play, and it looks just like that.
Well,
they love A, don't they?
Yeah, they really do. And like this type of setup that they're rocking right now, wanting to go through apartments, like, fair enough, but you don't have a lot of utility. You don't have any map control. You're hoping for some timings, and if you're not doing any distractions to draw attention elsewhere, there's 2 players who are at least going to be looking towards ramp and palace respectively, right?
Yeah, and PRT was looking for a lot more than that. That's enough of a distraction. Maybe now at the time. Oh, it is.
Got to convert those.
It was. Serato's still on the side. Oh, it's a problem for TeamOne. They're losing players. They're losing them rapidly. Serato forced wide by the flame, tucked in. VINI to suppress. It's Pesadeo and Malbs up against the world. Oh, and Malbs forced forward by the flame as well. Into the crosshairs of the 2. Make it 3 CTs that are here. The whole squad is here, and that's the end of that. Owie, ouch. Make it 5, FURIA. I think they're sending a very strong message here to TeamOne that maybe you should try. I mean, to be fair, they've thrown bodies at middle. They've thrown bodies at A. Maybe we can mix it up and throw bodies at B as well. I think that Zeus kill from Art on the 2nd round, you know, ever since then, they were like, oh, no, it's cancelled.
So there might be a lot going into this, right? Because if you're TeamOne and you've studied the CT setups of FURIA, you're going, all right, so where is Gary most likely to plug into? But if I'm FURIA, I do nothing by the book. I do everything a little bit kooky, right? A little bit odd, a little bit strange.
Yeah, like you kind of, you know your habits as well as they do. Just do the opposite. Like, I would be going aggressive palace this round, so I'm going to go underpass.
Yeah, now, I don't want to comment like an oh, hold up. This is about to get quite fast, quite quickly. So those flames, as soon as they subside, you will see the flash coming out from a ramp here. Maluki has that one on his belt. They'd
love a plan here, Chad. You need 2 quick kills out of P250s, make the round slightly convincing. I mean, getting through Art isn't going to be easy, and Serato. He'll take 4. Anyone else? Give me the ace.
Give him the ace.
No
Come
one
on.
deny it.
Let him get it.
Don't you dare.
Let him get it.
Yeah.
Come on. Stat padding. Eco frags.
Yeah, you look at him. He's loving it.
Woo! So this is where I was going. I don't want to... actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to look it up. Give me a second.
Okay, so instead of kind of taking a stab in the dark, you'll take a stab in the light.
Well, the thing is, I have all these lovely, lovely tools that I'm able to use to look at historical references of matches and see who's playing where. And, you know, I just have to log in and find the data, and then I can regurgitate it.
For anyone that's unfamiliar, that's data. But if you were taking an Australian tour, he would present you the data.
The data, all those bits and bobs.
Yeah, well, I say beta really weirdly. I remember doing work in the US and everyone being like, sorry, what? Yeah, no, I'm at E3 for the beta release. It's the beta.
Yeah, look, words, they're funny. They're real funny, those things.
Yep.
Hugo made an interesting point. He said numbers make sense, right? Like, obviously they're sequential.
Yes.
But he talked about the alphabet. The alphabet could be in any order.
Hey.
Yeah, think about that one for a while. Sit on that one.
C, F, G, B, L, N, Q, K, T, V, L, N, and G, B.
It works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd listen to that.
I'm really glad I didn't spell anything naughty there. That was real stab in the dark. And, well, we have got the AWP once again patrolling. yuurih's already caught a Malb's AWP falling into Maluki's hands here. And it's a question of who's going to blink first. PRT, I think he's trying to smoke window to try and force a little push out of Gary. He's not interested. Oh, maybe he is. Suspects trouble. And they are starting to commit. Gary calling for backup. They're in very quick. Nice flash. X&S taking space, taking names. And the dog tags of VINI now fall to the floor. Problems for FURIA. Maluki another. And a solid B take. There you go. The second layer of the alphabet, and it's successful.
And taking the pace out of things as well. So just really taking their time. Number disadvantage. This is a big round to be winning right now. But Art, maybe he wants to change the tune of this. He's having a look.
I mean, yeah, if Pasadeo does feed him, he will go hunting. Time still very, very high. Oh, that was the chance. That should be it. And it is now. Serato down as well. Art to save the big Zoom banger. But TeamOne going to keep this competitive. And that's important. Certainly considering the map. This is the map we've seen them look the most proficient on so far. Full 30 rounds of play, a 16-14 result up against Gambit, which then petered out into an Ancient that looked like TeamOne were, you know, back in the doldrums of Tier 2.
Yeah, getting their asses handed to them, right? But then this is the next thing. So FURIA did all right against... We have to wait today to see what that means about Entropic.
Yeah.
But then what does this say about TeamOne versus Gambit? So if TeamOne come in here and they lose to FURIA with a coach, obviously we have the domestic caveat. Does that just mean that Gambit started slow yesterday? Or does that mean Gambit aren't necessarily on the ball as we're expecting? So there's a lot of questions to be answered still in Group D. We'll be getting this one concluded on Sunday, and we'll have Monday off, and then back with the playoffs on Tuesday next week.
Oh, okay, well, lots of bodies, lots of nades. They're charging into A. Counter flash is solid, looking like, oh, PRT's delivered a lovely opening double. And that should be the space they need to take the site. FURIA's shaping up a retake. Good smoke. PRT can elevate over that. Art will be expecting this, and yeah, hits it quick. That might be enough to encourage Gary and VINI out of their hidey holes. Maluki holding for the jungle walk-in. Malb's got to survive. He's being hunted. He's done well to tuck away. Maluki contributes as well. Still going for this. VINI down. They're all crossing in. Gary's up, good for one, but he's just going to short look to save.
Defensive smoke there. I think he's confirmed that save, so he's going to get away.
Bit of a wonky one, and I wonder if Maluki's going to be even looking at it now.
Yeah, let him keep it. It's all good. You can have it. It's going to be the 6th round now for TeamOne, and we tie things back up 6-6. But that one had a bit of a pace change about it, right? And they went back to that A side.
Chad, do you think there's some grounds that you play better when you've had a good haircut?
I think...
Like I know I feel like a better human being when I've had a haircut. Like I feel like it's the equivalent of like lingerie for men.
Okay.
Like a good haircut. You know, like lingerie makes a woman feel sexy.
Okay.
I feel like a man with a fresh trim feels the same.
Look, I think if you know you're going to be on camera every day like these lads...
I'm just looking at Gary's fade and I'm like, this dude...
He always looks fresh, though, doesn't he?
He's probably fragging, like, I'm not saying all of it's down to the fade, I'm just saying...
Some of it.
Some of it.
Okay, yeah, but let's, like 30%?
Yeah, like, have you ever seen someone fragging out of their mind with a big mop?
Well, I'm probably... Well, Frozen.
Ah, touche. But has he been fragging out of his mind? Maybe not. Let's get this.
Oh, he could frag more out of his mind.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, he's trying to do the Goku thing.
But, all right.
He should be doing the Gary thing.
Okay, all right, all right. The Krillin thing.
The
Krillin thing.
Yeah, you know, just
we'll keep it Dragon Ball.
Yep. Naruto and Dragon Ball, both cultural references I'm not yet in tune with. Ah, the Pasadeo project.
Lots of space for him here, right? Like
he's loud about it.
That is the drama, but with the attention of Art drawn, if they continue looking in towards A...
Little sound cue trade. Pasadeo at least aware of Art's location, and they do come knocking. Oh, what a push. Aggressive Palace with the M4, and that's 3 for FURIA. Finally, Pasadeo arrives, and arrive he does, with some style and pizzazz. If Maluki can recover this bomb safely, we are cooking with some sort of gas. Oh, Oh, he had a chance. VINI tagged Maluki now all alone.
Oh, heard the ladder here, so has a good idea. Needs to be very careful. He's put himself on an island and he's hit the shot. Maluki with 1, 2 more to find.
Game on. VINI's low. The main problem's Gary Zorb, and it's Gary Zorb that locks it down. Good for the frag. Gary keeps it consistent. 7 now for FURIA as they pull away.
The problem with his name being Gary is that I just think of the snail from SpongeBob.
Meow.
Yeah.
Well, you were saying that Harry and Hugo call him Guerry.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's correct either. Because we had some tweets coming in saying that the U is not necessarily prominent.
Yeah.
I'm happy to call it Gary.
I'm happy to. I think there's the creative licensing with names. You know,
Sure.
like if it's how they wish to be pronounced, I'm happy to accommodate. But when it's like, hey, could you pronounce it like I would just say it in my native tongue?
Yeah, then we got a couple of sticky problems.
It has to be digestible. It has to be universal.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's not like you're just saying it once and presenting, right?
Yeah.
If it was just once.
Yeah, if I'm saying Mathieu Menia qui crée,
Yeah,
but
you nailed that one.
if I'm commentating it, I'm not going to go Mathieu qui crée gets the first one. You
Actually,
know?
could you?
Actually, I'd kind of like that.
Could you do that?
Wow, imagine
That was
if I
quite
whipped
nice.
out all of their names. Hang on.
Oh, sorry to everybody watching for how we're going to butcher.
This isn't going to go well, is it? No.
I won't even attempt it. I know that my pronunciation of foreign names is not on.
Andre Piovazan on the
Yes,
AWP.
exactly.
Okay, you're right. That is going to be tough. Give me 5 minutes. I'll get it right.
Okay. Well,
Art's posted up on the smoke, and I don't think for now he's got anything to celebrate or look forward to. Esadeo having a look, and he's gone. Yuurih saved Quesarato's hide there. That was going very badly, very quickly.
well, they're returning to the bomb site with the coach, right? So if they can get past Gary's Orb here without losing a player.
They can't touch it. Oh.
There we go. They're in.
No.
Now they're in.
No, they're not. Gary's going to send a very strong message here with the 1 HP.
I hope so.
Ooh, he's going to have to now. He's lost his teammate VINI, and the 1 HP orb sticking out his booty. Too many squats from Gary. A bit too thick of a peach.
Oh, it's been noted. Maluki with that info right now. Malbs or XNS can turn their attention to the apartment's position. Art's already forward, and Malbs is already looking.
That's the angle, I guess.
I don't know if they were expecting a player that quickly, but because Quesarato got caught on that push, right, they were already going to turn their attention. So it was like, well, they knew somebody was coming. It was just a matter of when.
He just happened to be holding it, yeah. So the info from Maluki translates into the round eventually. There, the 3v3 plays out nicely. And TeamOne keeping it very, very close. This will be 7-7. They'll be playing for the win in the half. CTs, what was it, 1,400? They're not going to have it all, you know? This is actually a real opportunity for TeamOne to twist it just a little more, bop it. That was a game. Now that was a game.
I don't think I ever owned one of those. I was a little bit old, I think.
All of the cool kids that I when I'd visit their
Bop
house,
it.
they had a bop it.
Okay.
I never got to have one.
It was just about remembering patterns, right, and reactions.
Well, just, yeah, he'd say one of the 3 options. You had to react quickly. Yeah.
Well, TeamOne are in the driver's seat here. Now, this is where things can get a little bit strange. Mag 7, MP9, Art out the window again, bounding with the AWP, able to get on towards the short position, and they've really bolstered the B site. Opening kill from Maluki here. Quesarato's down, trying to change things up at FURIA.
Oh, and it might pull them deeper. That's a very deep app smoke. They could have been ahead of it. I think the flash is enough to completely deter. VINI burns down to 50 HP. Solid molly.
Look how heavy now FURIA are playing towards that B bomb site so that Gary can't get exploited. They gave up an opener, right? But the thing was before, and this is what I thought was interesting with seeing TeamOne go back to A a lot, was the fact that it was Yuurih and Quesarato playing A. And they were going towards that side a lot. They didn't exploit this B bomb site a lot. And now we find ourselves in the final rounds here.
Oh, Maluki was holding the perfect
dear.
angle. Bit slow to the draw, fortunately. Malbs is not. That was the hero AWP. And I say hero with a pinch and a bucket of salt, but it was, you know, Mag 7s and now recovered MP9s.
That's a pretty heroic play. I think Art really needed to find another one back there.
Yeah. I mean, he put himself responsible for the entirety of middle this time. Only good for the first, and it should line up nicely for the finish here. Let's see if they can finish scot-free. Yuurih can really make things hurt here. Oh. Bullets just shy.
Bloody FAMAS.
I feel more confident with an MP9 than I do a FAMAS.
Yeah, it's odd at different ranges, isn't it? But the bomb still needs to go down here. 2 players low, and they will go for this.
Yeah, they should. I mean, there's no reason not to. It's final round of the half. No reason to save. Flashbang copped. Gary with it all to do. Long-range MP9 burst. Give me 2 of them. Afterplant looks pretty solid. He's lost his teammates as well. So TeamOne, their pick, and looking to leave with an extra round in the bag. 8-7, solid haul. And this domestic derby with a couple of caveats and asterisks thrown in for good measure. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey Future Pros, we have another execute for you and your friends to learn. This execute will help when you are taking the B site on Mirage. For this setup, you will need at least...
Yes, they are still operating with Gary the coach, but it's been a competitive one. And this is TeamOne's best opportunity to try and go ahead and post a map, never mind more. It's a stacked group. They're going to have to be picking up a W here on day 2. Same could be said for FURIA, who we witnessed pulling off. I mean, they made Entropic look like they had to work hard, at the very least. You know, we got to see a little glimpse of more from that CIS squad. You'll get a little bit more from them in your second game of the day. Chad's with me. 1xBet agrees that FURIA have the edge, and PRT is going to try and prove otherwise here on the B-Apps test. They're coming very, very fast.
He needs to live.
Yeah, playing for the retake. Maluki quick on the flank. We'll see what he can do. And PRT still trifling with a good shot. Takes down Keserato. And Maluki's so quick on this. Oh. Will he be ready for the RP250? The answer is a resounding no. Still competitive, though. Part of the P2K gang, now neutralized. Pesadeo has nothing more to say. And I don't fancy their chances now.
No, Malbs have to do something absolutely wild here. XNS has been able to creep on up, and he's been able to find an angle, so 2v2.
Yeah, they've got to hurry up, though. Need to find at least one of these so they can pressure that defuse. But it's not coming easy. They're dancing around the site with them. A fresh clip. This will be his last. Make it count. Make it count. He has.
Get on the bomb.
Someone needs to be on that bomb, and then they bodyguard. Someone needs to be on that bomb. Oh, he's got a 1 HP. A single slice is all it takes. Not bad out of Andre the Giant. 8 for the boys of FURIA, and that's going to translate into even more.
I think as soon as you see Art just clothesline Maluki there on that flank, you think, okay, well, now this is going to get so much more difficult. Art's in a power position. He has a P250 in his hands. Any surprise elements that you were hoping for on that retake? Because one of the things is when you're retaking the B bomb site on Mirage up against Glocks, once they get burrowed into those tight angles, not easy to deal with. They have to give you the easy frags. But here we go, TeamOne, the 4-spy. How far can they push this? Top mid smoke in. VINI's been able to cross. Gary and Keserato working on those B apartments. yuurih dealing with any A aggression. Volley towards window keeps Maluki at bay. And now it's just that Pesadeo and Malbs crossfire. They even have XNS close to this on stairs. So looking to clamp down on middle here, TeamOne. What's the go signal? Malbs is actually in the vent room, which means it's going to be harder for them to contest. And yeah, okay. It looked like if it was fast, maybe they would have biffed. But now that it's a bit more slowed and spread out, they're retooling. And
You would it mean an awful lot if TeamOne could be competitive in this second. Part of me feels like it might even be compulsory. Oh, the info. That's info for sure. They're boosting for the window fight. So Pesadeo is going to be on notice. He can't really return to back up Malbs. It's a question of what he can do here. Gary! Oh, he comes testing, and Malbs does weather the storm. VINI's next on the agenda. 2 of them to trifle with. The swing's good. XNS grabs a rifle. Malbs not good for more. And down goes the rifle. Great play out of Art.
Handled there,
I think he's just saved him.
Very important double. Maluki now low. Ooh,
I love that. I love that. PRT, if you could.
Just live.
Survive.
Just live.
Oh, Maluki. He's got the element of surprise. He's right there, hiding in plain sight. Bye. And unfortunately for him, that's all he can post. I love the idea. Yeah, PRT survival might have changed things, but TeamOne do collapse on the 4-spy second round.
Okay, well, now this is where FURIA can really pick up some steam. This one here should be a guaranteed lock-in for their 10th round. And this, like, TeamOne, this is a great opportunity here to get a win on the board against FURIA, right? It's not going to be the win when we go back in the history books and we go, yeah, like that was something that was great because you were up against the coach, but it's a win nonetheless. And falling over some of these, earlier dramas, XNS, that is big. Never mind the conversation I was just having. They could be holding them at bay here. More shots. XNS would love to land another here. He's done so much work with those first 2 kills.
Yeah, and look, Pesadeo's already locked the door behind him.
This is quick.
That's very quick. And I don't know if Art, he's very diligent, but he won't be ready for this angle. Oh, that's perfect. If they've put FURIA in a box, all they have to do is close it shut, and they are more from the XNS Deagle. Keserato, multiple targets, can't seem to adjust in time, and that is a response courtesy of XNS.
Poof, that was the light upgrade, right? That was just the P250s and the Deagle without the armor, without everything behind it, and that is huge. XNS,
Let's see it again.
yes.
Oh, first is brilliant. The fact he sticks around for a second is brave. Brilliant work. Yeah, that'll do nicely. And that just a strong and stern message to FURIA saying we are not going to bow down out of this Mirage game.
Well, it gets more interesting here. So FURIA, they have a interesting buy. There's a couple of AKs out. Gary's taken some sacrifices here into the Deagle and dropping the goodies. And this is a default spread. So with utility extremely light on for FURIA, TeamOne have more than the advantage in this scenario. They just can't give away kills for free, and they'll take one for free. Maluki, he fires, he finishes.
Very, very aggressive out of Keserato. He wants to make space for Gary, and he's, loud about this. Pesadeo neutralized, big contribution. Yuri's found him. Lost through the smoke, though, and Malb's able to reposition. Art, however, does have the bomb, and he's crawling for the hunt. So if this
can get past,
spirals out of control, which it won't, Malbs. Couple of extra bullets for good measure into Art there.
Stay down.
Yeah, please. And stop trying to flank me.
Yeah, if Art gets through, right, even if he doesn't get that kill, if he just was to check the vent room, he's not clearing me, I can make it into B. Might have a conversation on our hands here, but TeamOne now, I think they heard me starting to say, this should be their win. This should be a map that they're taking, at least. They found themselves on double digits first. Thank you very much for the bomb delivery right there. Now these rounds, if you're FURIA, you feel like a bit of a potato, right? There's not a whole lot that you feel like you can get done, and that's why you get the flash to try and get these Glocks are working.
I made a little song to remember potato in French.
Oh yeah?
Bom to da, bom bom to da, bom to da, bom bom.
Do you do that with a lot of the stuff you learn in different languages? Is that how you've picked up German? You've just made different songs in your head?
Essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, grapefruit, another one. Pom,
okay.
Plamuse, pom, pom, plamuse.
Is it just a French? Okay, well, there's a lot. Okay, it's okay. All right. Well, you can maybe talk to Shocks.
Yeah, I'll work on it. One of these days, I'll be doing a full French interview. That's a little scary. From nothing to everything. They're pouring through. And there's only a single frag to report for FURIA. 11-14-1. Chad's already made it very clear as to the stakes here for TeamOne. They do need to continue to run away with this. We've seen Malbs with that angle that he worked magic with before. It does require some precise headshots, but he's got that in the bag.
You know, one thing that just hit me, and it's not an important thing, but in both pistol rounds in this map, there's been a knife kill.
To defuse.
Yeah, Pesadeo knifed in connector as well, yeah.
That's true.
Timeout taken, coach can't chime in.
Yeah. Aha, this is weird. Yeah, Gary's freaking out right now.
Hey, we've been out to talk the whole time. Do you have anything you want to talk about? Not really, man. You got any dinner plans? Nah, man, it's all good. I wonder how it's going, though, because this is the thing, right? If you're FURIA right now and you have Drop over there with you, who's from the academy team, right? They were wanting to use him. They registered him too late. Then they went to use Honda. Unfortunately, Honda was unable to make it. And now they've had to use Gary, right? So that's how we've gotten to where we are right now. But when you think about this, if you have Drop there and you're FURIA, do you take the time when you're practicing to use Gary to try and have your best run in Pro League? Or do you use Drop to see if he's going to be the player for the future of your team? And then if you're Gary and you're having a coach, you'd love to be playing some Counter-Strike in your own time just to get your skill level up so you don't look like a clown. And he hasn't looked like a clown. No. He's looked serviceable.
Oh, and this time it's a bit of a quick biff. It's looking very good. And from dark, Maluki strikes for another. VINI through the smoke keeps it up to a 2v2. That was out of nowhere, really. A two-man advantage just gone. Squandered, courtesy of VINI and his Palace position. And now they start the long, arduous task. It looks like Maluki's going to be very proactive here, which is promising. You can see PRT's reaction is accordingly.
PRT's going to beat yuurih there, and I think yuurih's aware that there could be strife. He's left the bomb behind, and oh, okay, maybe VINI gets the one up here.
Oh, PRT. Oh, he does it just in time now. VINI has to make a decision. Wow, that was a really interesting, couple of interesting details on that race. I liked that yuurih dropped the bomb because it's given VINI this opportunity, right? Like, if I get the space for free, you walk on in with the bomb. If not, play the time.
It's kept on 1-1 as well.
You can't silently dismount. I mean, you can from the distance of PRT here, but I wonder how VINI approaches this.
I think if you're PRT, the right play is to wait for your teammate, but the problem is, if VINI gets the bomb down and gets space, he can become deadly in the 1-on-2.
Which is why PRT kind of has to strike this perfect balance between let the bomb down, but kind of process of elimination his afterplan.
Yeah, contain him.
Yeah.
So that's the next step. So the bomb will go down here, and PRT's containing him right now to the right-hand side of the site, and just swings on out. So the backup was close enough. Maluki made it over in time, and that's going to be 12 here. Starting to run away with it now. Plant is good. We'll see another buy coming out from FURIA. It is just a bit unfortunate, right, that these circumstances come into play.
Did it have to be this way?
Well, by the rules, yeah. Yeah.
Just because it was too late.
Yeah. And that's one of the things. I think if people were paying attention, we ran an academy league throughout the player break for the teams who have academy teams. So FURIA is one of them, Fnatic, Mouse Sports, NIP, Na'Vi. I think there's a bunch of them, right? And FURIA actually had some individuals show off in certain games. So Honda apparently not cutting the mustard, wanting to change things up. They haven't had an opportunity to debut him yet on the main team.
Four players from FURIA in middle, and Art elevated, hoping to catch an overextension from Malbs. Making no secret of his position. Art has been rumbled. Malbs, mission accomplished. You don't have to do much more. You've even got the support of Maluki towards that connector position. Ooh, he's spotted one cross.
Really should be the conversion here now. Like, there's a minute on the clock, I know, but the way that TeamOne is set up, unless they give this kill up, it's quite a passive stance. So XNS gets through, and it will be a B pincer now.
Gary going for the repeat. And here comes what remains of FURIA. PRT. Reliable on the T side. This time he's fallen, and now Pesideo's the one that they call upon. Keiserato low now. And a good post up from Pesideo. Maluki in support. Completely smoked off. Kind of waiting for yuurih to work his magic. Keiserato just hits pause. See what yuurih can find around this lurky smoke.
Time.
Yeah, it's becoming a real factor. 8-7, just about finds the headshot necessary. Keiserato uncontested on the plant. They could swing and find him. Good find already. The low HP from Keiserato stops him in his tracks. The 1v1, one out. And TeamOne getting closer and closer to the magic number. Call it 13.
Good stuff from XNS, right? He's the newest player to this roster. If you tuned into the last Pro League season, you would have seen Skulls as the member of TeamOne. XNS is the individual who's taken his place. And his Deagle round, right? His Deagle round is the one that really started this spiral. Because now we're looking at 5 rounds on the trot here for TeamOne. That's given them this buffer, this lead that they're now working with and continuing to hammer home. And again, we will be seeing FURIA with the bomb going down, able to facilitate another purchase. So an a Krieg for VINI, Mac 10 for Keiserato, and AKs for the rest. But yeah, it's going to start falling apart very, very quickly here. Aggressive out connector. Art's been spotted. Pesideo as well. Playing around the smokes now. Both of them hoping to find a little bit of a glimpse. The bullets are good from Art. He doesn't know how much damage is done here, and they're going B.
Yeah, Malbs tested again. This time so blind. Eliminated. Oh, and the Keiserato Mac 10 feels like a rifle. 2 very quick headshots out of the sprayed SMG. And, I mean, TeamOne, they don't have to really commit to this.
Yeah, save call now. And you can imagine with that last round going down to a one-on-one situation with the XNS coming out on top, finances starting to get stretched. So TeamOne making the correct call here. FURIA will get themselves up to double digits. I didn't see anybody on social media playing along with the fruits and veg theme. So maybe we can go with the next map.
Yeah, we have to think of the next category.
Animals would be easy.
Animals would be easy, but it could get nice and it could get avant-garde.
True.
So I welcome that. I want to see the second one here because it felt brutal from the CT POV, and it was brutal. Ouch.
Insta.
Okay, well they get themselves up to that magical 10. This is where the CT's finances are going to be put into question, so you better knuckle down if you are TeamOne. Let's see what the call is out of Art.
Yeah, that B pressure, surprising they were able to slip past so much, but I guess TeamOne with their more passive stance, they haven't been fighting for the mid control, able to find that avenue without too much resistance. Quite a heavy B lean this time out of TeamOne, so they're fed up with having that bomb site exploited, whether it be early or late, and we did see this yesterday against Gambit. This was a move they had. They thrust forward very quickly. Queserado's ready for this. Could be another two-piece out of him.
Yeah, PRT puts himself in the vice, and Malb's next up. Queserado, 2 rounds back-to-back. Finally, Pesadeo has something to return. Gary, next on the list, does deliver the crucial frag.
Another save, has to be.
It has to be. I mean, they've got nothing left.
Oh, but Art's already cut this one off, Alex. He's pushed it towards the A site already here. So if you are TeamOne and you want to rotate back to Palace, which is a pretty standard place to save, you need that kill. And Maluki, lucky that timing is on his side, finds Art looking early.
Damn, that could have such huge ramifications.
Like, imagine if Art just gets into the site and just goes, I'm just going to chill here.
Yeah.
You guys come to me, right? And at that point, they lose all those rifles. Now, Maluki with 7.5k to his name. He is going to get the loss bonus as well of 1900. He'll be able to drop 2 rifles minimum. XNS can drop something. It's not going to be great, but he can definitely drop something. So there should be enough here to get a buy out for TeamOne in the next round to play. But a few more twists and turns in this one as FURIA continue to stay threatening and actually have put themselves up in a great position. They convert this next round, and they will be able to walk on through and tie things up 13-13. And this maneuver, Queserado just ready for it, right? We did see it a couple of times against that of Gambit, right? And they were getting away, they were just pushing up aggressive and isolating a fight. This time around, there were so many FURIA players on the receiving end of that. I think that confidence may have spurred Queserado into just being ready for those duels. But here we go, the rifles are out. The buy is more than pretty. Everybody with the M4s, everybody with the utils. So there was no dramas on the drops. Maluki able to hook his boys up. And with this timeout called, a couple of discussions here necessary. It was a heartbreaker yesterday against Gambit. I can't imagine how this one would feel. It's... Oh, you don't want to have it go in similar circumstances, knowing that this time the coach is in the server.
They did get just about as close, didn't they? It was like 30, 40, was it 14?
It was 16-14, I think.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about how much of a lead they accrued towards the end of that. I think it was 2-3 rounds separating them. 13-11 doesn't sound too dissimilar.
Well, this time it is a change from FURIA and TeamOne alike, right? They've actually gone with an A lean. So XNS close, Pesadeo as well, Maluki watching mid. Now, we saw this actually go against them, against Gambit, because they weren't aware when players slip the net maybe like this. Oh, continuing to jiggle. Art's going to keep pushing for this.
Yeah, I like the thought process behind the play. How's XNS safe? Yeah, they put a lot into that. Don't have anything to report.
Oh, well, they haven't fallen back. If they continue with the A exec, this setup is still in play.
Pesadeo, XNS, and even Maluki ready for the play.
They're really quite... This is a very pressure situation right now. And if Maluki looks away from connector...
Oh my God! What a push! They both go through the smoke. I don't know how many were blind, but the FURIA attack has been completely ripped out of the server. VINI's behind them. He is their only hope here. There's a real opportunity if Pesadeo goes down cleanly, which he has. And yuurih from the ramp, they're in 2 completely individual locations. Malb's the one to save them.
The bailout there from Malbs. yuurih, is he going to give this one a crack? The bomb's just in front of him. And all 4 as well, just around that corner.
Yeah, unfortunately, with 15 seconds left, he just does not have the time.
Ah, that's a real shame, isn't it? You'd love to see him at least
give it a whack.
Give it a whirly bird. Money seems okay. Okay is probably the best way to put it here. They can buy. Time expires, 14 now for TeamOne. And yeah, that flash. So it just, you know, you've been in that before. Someone has to take the bull by the horns in that scenario and say, this is what we're doing. Because you're in limbo. This entire time, they're in limbo playing behind the smoke, knowing that FURIA members are on the other side. And okay, wow, look at that.
Perfect camera to explain what we witnessed. Better in that POV, if anything.
That isn't the intention. I can guarantee you that much, but that worked out fantastic. You gotta love it.
Like you flashed the only person that was supposed to be holding you and end up killing the person behind who's playing around with his nades. It worked out like a dream. But it's put 14 on the board for TeamOne, and we'll see if the FURIA attack has a response. That time they dispatched Gary to try and sell something on B. I suspect if a similar setup is adopted, we might get to look a little bit more of that TeamOne B aggression, get that info early, enables you to, whether it be stack the site or rotate to the prominent A site of the map. 3 going B early, at least for the CTs, and Bomb navigating towards A. First port of call is the mid control. 2 CTs currently hold it.
Mid felt like a bit of a weakness for TeamOne in a couple of these rounds, right? So now it looks like their sights are firmly set on that. If yuurih and VINI come out late top mid, KSCERATO through the underpass, they can apply pressure to this setup, which we have seen before. But instead of having Pasadeo in connector, they've actually got him in the vent room. So it's a bit more of a B lean in this setup right now. The bomb is in T spawn, so there's no indication where FURIA want to finish, but they are working up mid, and they are applying that pressure.
Oh, Malbs goes for the fight. It's evenly traded-ish. VINI with 3 HP to spare. PRT ahead of the molly, so he should have a little bit of an advantage here if he does want to push the issue. KSCERATO is making no secret of his mid-presence. He's trying to sell it as best he can. And oh, VINI, the tail end of the assault goes down. KSCERATO allowed to slip through to the connector. This is a powerful angle adopted by XNS. You'd think it would be good for one, unless if he doesn't go looking. 35 in the 3v3. Maluki responsible for the connector. Boost on the stairs to clear it, but it's this hold from Maluki. Oh, he has been cleared. It's amazing from Art. And now the T's think, perhaps, the A site's all theirs for the taking. PRT, a crucial frag, potential denial. Oh, it's held. Art saving FURIA's hide on multiple occasions here. What a turnaround. The clear of the AWP is the big one. Getting the second a bonus. And yeah, looks like FURIA are going to say play on.
Yeah, this has to be the save right now. PRT, no options. Trying to walk through Art when he's getting some impact like this. 19 kills for him now. He's had a couple of those rounds where he's almost willed his team across the line. And at the moment, the loss bonus, it's been reset for TeamOne, right? And what I mean by that is in the next round of play, it's only 1,400 smackaroos. So that conversation we're having not that long ago is still possible for FURIA to flatten TeamOne here and tie this scoreline up. We'll be 14-12. And this is the thing. You can take an eco in the next, and Maluki can buy, PRT can drop one, Malbs will be good as well. It's just going to be one member a little bit shy. So FURIA, they're only going to get one for free here if the finances are played out in that way. PRT, he could maybe invest in a smoke right now if he wanted to just give him something to play around, because he could attempt to be a difference maker. We've already seen TeamOne win a Deagle round off of XNS's brilliance. A close game.
Simon has submitted his final fruit answers.
Oh, yeah?
He's got a couple of them. Come back to that in a sec. Maluki in that underpass. Looking for info, and it makes sense to push, right? Like, why not try and get a whole lot more? If Gary's still staring at the sky... Maluki! Maluki!
Did Gary forget what side he was on for a second there?
I think his vision's based on movement.
Yeah, okay.
Little T-Rex.
All right. Well, this one is, it had a comical element to it, but it's going the way I think we all should. It all should, but there you go. Clean sweep.
He was camouflaged. I think it was a kind of a palm tree. He didn't know what he was looking at.
Yeah.
We'll see that one again from Gary's POV. He's like, hang on, is that my boys? Boys? Oh. Hang on. Hold on. Yeah. All good.
Hold on, guys. Got a kill here. Can everyone just chill? I'm gonna get the opening kill.
I wonder if it was a sound cue. He was looking around like someone had told him, or he like suspected there might be a walk up. I don't know. It was weird.
What's going on?
What's going on? He's like looking around with his knife. I've never seen that. That was a unique one.
Here's that
3 to the palace, bro. That's also a bit weird. A bit of a one-way, perhaps. If PRT mantles up, and that's what Gary was waiting for, I guess.
Entry fragger Gary now, 2 in a row.
Entry fragger Gary.
2 in a row.
And at crucial juncture of the game as well, Chad. They're walking out. Exodus has no idea. Oh, it's horrible. And the site open for business if Maluki doesn't want to deny, and he's hit some bangers. VINI with the mash to plant. Plenty of time. Nades are out. Pesadeo is established on CT, so we'd have to do a whole lot of heavy lifting. Malb's aware of Art's potential. Barrel, and still no head. Art's too quick, dude, and I can smell it from a mile away. TeamOne are looking to concede another heartbreak here.
I think this could be 16-14.
Oh, don't say it.
Not like this.
No.
Guys.
No.
Guys.
Not another one.
Come on now. You can't be afraid of winning.
He's not even looking the right way. He was. He's just better, I guess.
Oh, man.
I mean, we need another one of those XNS Deagle rounds. In fact, yeah, he's got one. So is PRT and the Malbs Deagle. I've heard good things about all three. Let's see. Can they somehow have an intervention, a Deus Ex Machina? Is that how it goes?
I'm not sure.
Oh, lordy. Maybe they have. That's a rifle.
We'll take that one.
Put that in someone's hands. Pesadeo equipped. And they're coming towards B.
Good molly.
Oh,
great molly.
Effective here. Very effective. He's isolated Keserato from the pack. Does go down. He's sat and committed forwards, though. Malbs' Deagle potentially viable. FURIA are coming. That was his chance. Malbs falls flat, and so does Maluki. Couple of opportunities there, just a little awry.
You couldn't have been in a better position, right? You pick up the first kill.
Whee! Oh, okay.
Got a little bit scary, didn't it?
It does. Exodus is really trying to force us to stop disrespecting his D.
This just feels like TeamOne are going to crumble here, because Yanko was talking about FURIA on the desk, and they're going to make the same crazy calls in an arena full of fans as they would at home online. And I think they're going to just give you some of that Counter-Strike right here. And that for TeamOne, if they can't cage it, this one is done. Really, really need a round out of TeamOne here to take themselves to overtime on map number 1 of the series. Coming up next is Inferno. And Keserato, well, there's his 30. No issues getting that whatsoever. XNS just fighting, trying to claw his way out of this one. Will be silenced. And here we go. Round number 30, overtime or bust.
I feel like we've been here before.
Yeah. Well, let's hope it's not 10 HP separating them.
Yeah. Game time. What's the call? Not breaking the vent. Interesting. So that'll be the early warning system if they slip mid. If Maluki gives that control up, he'll initially have a look, have a glance. Molotov might spread. Extinguishes up, and he's got his gap, his peaky hidey hole, and VINI does get chunked. Saved by the corner of connector. Oh, an aggressive. yuurih's gone and found an opener. XNS down. Pressure now on TeamOne, not another 30-round loss.
Oh, this push. A's kind of open.
Yeah, it is, and the bomb's coming back as well. They've already established some strong control in the form of yuurih, and some smokes around him to continue his walkabout. He's tucked in on
look
sandwich.
how forward he is here.
It's
This is so deadly.
the beginning of the end, Chad.
So deadly.
Beginning of the end. Maluki and Pesadeo. No nades, really. It'll be their bullets if they want to determine overtime. Molotov out of position, as easy as that. The franks keep falling in favor of FURIA. Maluki, something to post. A good first. Can't snap into Keserato, and now just 2 remain. TeamOne handed another heartbreaker here. PRT with it all to do. 3 to find to extend play. Oh, that was a chance. He won't get many more of those. yuurih graces his screen for a second. Art managing his angles well. The reposition does lead to another, but it's great cost of PRT's health, and it's a 10-second defuse they're asking of him as well. No idea as to where they're playing. Both opting for that connector. It's a perfect plant for it. He'd love some util, nothing to be given. a tickle. He'd need both heads. FURIA are not going to give it to him. Gary to close it all out. He goes looking. He's so loud about it. Gary can take his hands off the mouse and keyboard because he knows, and so do we. There it is, 16-14, another one conceded. And a final kill out of Coach Gary. They're celebrating because they know how hard they had to work, Chad. Every win will have to be a tooth and nail brawl. Well, FURIA 1-0 up, and we're going to be breaking that one down at the desk before we get into map 2.